everyone. Hopefully, you are all doing well. Welcome to episode 35 of Captain of Industry. In between episodes, what I did was I just built a quick setup for our glass mix, I think it's called. Yeah, our glass mix. I've just got salt being imported by trucks from the system that we have over here for now. Just while I'm sort of getting it up and running until I can get some more trains and work out a better system. So the plan is all this sort of desalination and stuff will actually come from over here. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how far I'm planning to expand this out. Um, so far, it's looking really good. In fact, we can knock this one out here and actually knock that out completely. I was just waiting for all the stone to run out of that before I did do that. And then just remove these. Since I'm already over here to this next island, this has still got a little bit. I might even make this 26 just to make sure that it does get all the way over there. But yeah, I've also increased our population by upgrading a couple more of these. Um, and I've also done a upgrade to some of these here to help with our production rates because copper wire we were lacking with because we are using a bit of it just in this recipe here. I did go ahead and upgrade that as well because we're running out of electronics, obviously to help with this tier 4 construction parts. So that's that all done. And I'll also build a couple of mainframe computers just to support these basic ones here. The plan is to not need them just yet. Once I go back to the other side, the plan is to just stick onto these blue ones for now until I'm 100% ready. I've also been slowly building vehicles. I can't really get anything over here because our parts are being made way over here. So I've just been making them slowly one by one and watching what's been happening here. So far, it's been running fairly smoothly. I've been also paying off our loan as well, and that's why I keep the minimum in here. If we actually have a look at that loan, um, so far we've been paying this off pretty steadily now. Um, in fact, we do have enough concrete to pay it off completely, so we might just do that. Which might leave us a little bit short. We still got a little bit there. And our steel, we've got plenty of that, so I'm just going to pay this one off as well. We can see our trade reputation is 100%, as well as our interest rate is 4, fees are 4, and all that good stuff. So far that is running pretty smooth. We're always going to have this production issue here because we're obviously not using a better form of steel here. So as these are producing, what was I just looking at? 24, yeah. So these are slowly working their way and slowly making steel, but still it's a big struggle trying to keep up with the production there. So hopefully with this new system, with an upgrade system, this 8 that we've got here, we've cut it down to the 4, I believe. We went to 6, but that is a double production. So we've actually got slag that's completely full. Also just been slowly dumping away over here as I've been going. Um, what is okay? Let's go ahead and just get them to dump there for now. They're going to dump the rock before they actually dump any of this, so we're just going to make this. No, we'll leave that there for now. But we do need somewhere to dump um, this stuff here. So let's go ahead and just edit this area a bit. If we could come, oh, okay, it's not going to like that. That's because I'm way over here though. So let's go to about, say, maybe there. And then we can bring this way down here. Should be pretty good there if I'm just trying to, it's somewhat lined up to there. There we go. The plan is to actually just sort of build on this level here for now over here, um, and then possibly bring it down maybe somewhere over here. Because I think that's the same level as this. This is a 6. That's a so that's a 3, which is interesting. So that's a 3. That's a 3 there. So that's like the main level of most of this island here. Obviously, besides here, it's been bring up a bit, but thing is, um, there's 6 layers of dirt in that. So I really want to take the dirt from here and still move it over to here, which we are slowly doing. We're slowly expanding over here, but for here, I don't think there's any real resources here. There's a bit of groundwater there, there's a bit of coal there. I'm trying not to block this up because the plan is to actually use that. Um, and we're going to harvest a lot of this copper here. So what I might do, just so we can get access to all that copper, is we're just going to build out a little area here. Yeah, so that's a level 3. So let's stick this to a level 3. We'll just do this to clear out most of this water here. And then we'll obviously dig it back up and expand further as we need. Which we might even just come out that little bit further just to make sure that we don't have any cave-ins. I have done it before, mining limestone on this particular map. I was actually mining limestone here because it goes pretty deep below the sea level. But yeah, I ended up flooding that whole mine there. So hopefully not do that in this one. But yeah, hopefully all that excess dirt, excess rock and stuff will come straight over here. I don't think they'll bring any dirt over here. I think they'll drop the dirt here because it's the closest point for them. But yeah, so far over here is looking really good. I'm very happy with it. How much concrete do we have? We already have 4.2. Okay. So let's go to here and grab our concrete here. Oh, we're not quite filled up just there. That's all right. We can come a few more squares here. And I'm going to try to get that done. There we go. Cool. So manufacturing. We're going to start with all of our basic stuff and we're going to try and make things in bulk. So we know our conveyor belts can handle 950 or is it 450? 450. We know those belts can handle 450. And flat belts, I believe, are also 450. Yeah, they're 450 as well. And our pipes are 900, so that is not a worry. Why has it stopped actually? There's a slag, yeah, so we really need to try and get rid of this slag. I might even just put a second one on there for now just to try and help with that number there. And then we can obviously break this in the future. That should hopefully get all of the slag out of here. Might be worth actually upgrading these lines here as well. Yeah, so far over here, just these two here running, not boosted or anything. They are running pretty smoothly for what they are. And we are also consuming all of our CO2 to make our graphite. So that's also very nice as well. Okay, so let's start our manufacturing. So the first thing we're going to be doing is obviously our construction parts tier 1. So I'm going to try and use a line as a reference here, and I'm probably going to use this line here. Uh, how many is that? 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's go 10. Yeah, let's go 10 for those. I think that's going to work out best. And then we'll say use steel, and we'll say use iron as well. And I'll set up a little balance system so it actually does use that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, cool. So we'll run that. We'll let that just build because I've got all the construction parts over here, which is bring over by rail. So that's not an issue. So we can let them do their thing slowly and steadily. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually hook these up with my belt straight off the bat. So I'll run my flat belts first. And I'll run it all this way. This can all go into the first slot here. In fact, I might even just copy that entire row there. That'll make it a little bit easier, and we can just fly through all of this here. Perfect. So that's that. Let's go ahead and put in our flat lifts here for all of these. And we'll place in our next higher one, or our highest one that we're going to be using. There we go. Okay, so the steel's here, the iron is over here. So, we've got a few trains heading over, which is nice. I'd say most of them is probably going to be a good chunk of iron. That train there's probably picking up, it's actually picking up copper. Let's go on and pick up some more iron. Some more red research. What did I research before? I did get the vacuum desalination as well. So hopefully we can use some of that low pressure steam to make some extra water for us. But yeah, I've got that and the greenhouses. Cool thing that I'm going to actually add right here at this moment. They actually updated the models of these electrolyzers. Electrolyzers. That is the new model there. How good does that look? I think it looks incredible. They've definitely put some detail into this. They also did a couple other fixes as well, so I'll make sure to put that in here. But yeah, that's the new model for the tier 1. And the tier 2s look a little bit different as well. They look like they're a bit more beefed up pretty much, I would say. They do use a bit more power. They're 1.1 megawatts, and our tier 1s are, what are our tier 1s? They're only 300. So yeah, but they look really cool the way they've designed those, so I do like that, and hopefully plenty more remodels. I can't wait for them to start doing, if that's how good they've made that electrolyzer, I wonder what the mix is going to look like. So yeah, very happy with that. Very excited to see what they have in the future. These guys have actually trapped themselves. I'm going to leave them like that until they work themselves out. I'm still clearing this mountain out. I'm now taking it down to level 13. And then I should be able to I might even take it down a little bit further after 13. I might even take it down to a 9 or even a 7, and then I'll take it down from there That way it's not too much collapse alongside here. That's not bad for a couple of excavators there. Our potatoes should be building up. I did notice that they are sort of slowing down. In fact, I should actually upgrade this because I'm going to say potatoes are going to be taking a pretty big hit soon, especially with how many people we've got now. We've got 3,500 people here, so yeah, that's pretty good. I do want to try and make some of this other stuff here to get some more unity. What are we currently using? Research labs are using, I've got 2 times research labs, 18 boosts. I've got my oil rigs. I've got the 7 edicts and the 2 contracts as well. But the oil rigs and the edicts are the biggest things there that are consuming the most. And one of those is actually research. That takes 3 straight off the bat, as well as the farm yield as well. So that's why I'm earning very little Unity at the moment. But yeah, okay, so interesting. I wonder how they built conveyor belts over here. I haven't built those yet. Interesting. I might just quickly go and upgrade these. So I'll use a bit of Unity for that one. I won't worry about upgrading this one because it's pretty full of vegetables, potatoes. So I'm not too stressed about taking those or upgrading that just yet. This one here I'm definitely interested in. So we get 194 in 1.1 months. So I'm curious to see how many we get after this upgrade. There's a bit of a frame spike there. But yeah, so far potatoes we're doing pretty good with. We have 16,000 and 11,000 vegetables. So I would say we're doing pretty good. This is about to be finished here. And there we go. So 194. Might need to upgrade this water here. These rainwater collectors should be doing all right. It's keeping the tanks full. I would say they're doing a terrific job. 231. So I'm going to get this notification here because I've got 2 on 2 here. So I've got potatoes and then potatoes instead of mixing it around. And that's because vegetables are pretty full at the moment for our main storage there. Or our secondary storage. Our main storage is lacking a little bit, but our potatoes, I wanted to try and build those up. So I'm actually going to switch that back to vegetables now. Because we don't need to really stress too much about our potatoes now since we're almost, I wouldn't say we're almost doubling, but we're getting almost another 50 potatoes. So we should be pretty right there. And our fertilizer is probably going to get used fairly quickly here. That's not too bad. But yeah, so far that's running pretty smooth, so I'm happy with that. We can see they are building up over here, which is also nice. Okay, so we're going to need wood here as well. So I'm actually going to create a second storage over here for our wood. I'm going to give it a little bit of space. And I'm going to... Oh, we're taking a little bit of a hit there. Where is our current tree harvesters? There's one there. He's got 4 trucks assigned to him, and he's got 4 trucks assigned to this one as well. So I might actually make possibly 2 more. So what I'll do is I'm going to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trucks from there. And I'm going to get 4 more tree harvesters and 2 more planters. I think that should work out pretty well to help with the wood over here. Mind you, they're only tier 1 storages, so we could actually upgrade that and just get vehicles to stop importing here for now until this one empties out. We might actually just get rid of that one storage there. I think that might be the go. Yeah, we can see our trucks are extremely busy now. So there's that one. So I'll go ahead and do that. And I'll say trucks can import into this one. There we go. We can see we're already getting some wood bring over here. I almost would like to harvest some of these trees here, which we might even just get our tree harvesters onto that while we've got access to it all. I think it'd be a good idea to utilize these trees and save our trees a little bit. Where we got some more? We got some there, some there. Will we get up there? We should be able to, so we'll just do all of that and all of that, and that should be all of them. Also a whole heap of dead trees in here too. They are as dead could be. There's no liveliness left in them. Okay. Right, so do we have any wood over here yet? No. Oh, that's because trucks can't import into here. That should hopefully sort out that problem. Okay. I don't know if I want to upgrade that storage or anything just yet. So it looks like we finished mining all of the sand that's here. So let's go a little bit further down here. Maybe not that far. And then we'll come over here and we're actually going to start cutting into here a little bit. But I think we're going to have to start looking at the crystals very shortly. I'll get them expand that for now. We've actually got all the sand over here as well, so we might even just get them to come out a little bit further here. Probably go to about there with that. That is a solid drop there, and I don't really want to flood in here at all. Definitely come down here a little bit further. Maybe not that one. Do a little bit of expanding just up here. See how we go with that there. There's sand, a whole heap of sand in here underneath all this rock. Okay, so let's just keep expanding there a little bit. We'll go into there a little bit more. We'll cut back into there a bit more. That should do it there. In fact, I might even just cut a little bit further into all of this here. Yeah, that should be fine. There's obviously a whole heap of sand here too. But we can't really get to that. That's all under this, and I'm not quite ready to start removing that just yet. So far we've been doing pretty good on our coal and our expansion in here, as well as our iron and our copper as well. So the plan is next to probably cut over into here and start flattening out this. I'm probably actually going to level out this whole mountain here before I start going down with it. That should give me enough time to move all of my farm that's over here to down here and hopefully remove half of this stuff here. So that's the plan for that. Still got our trucks moving a bit of rock. Still have heaps of iron here. We're not going to be running out of iron anytime soon. Okay, so we've actually got wood coming into here now. So I'm going to say this storage is probably full. I'm going to say keep this one minimum half full before it worries about the other one. In fact, I'm going to say, yeah, that should be a pretty good number there. Okay, so I'll just get that quick built there. Of course, I didn't make that in line at all. Okay, so we'll bring that straight across there. Okay, for our balancing system. So we'll grab our flat balancer and I'll chuck it actually just here. Because if I want to add a couple more, I've got room to add 1, 2, 3. I can add 3 more into there if I wanted to. So I'll leave that available for that. I'll just go ahead and connect all of these up. This is going to be the fun, tedious part when it comes to all of these belts here, connecting them up. Okay, so that's that. Now for our steel, just going to run a belt. What's this next one? This is 2 high, or is it 1 high? It's only 1 high, so I'm going to run it along the side here, straight into there, and I'm going to use this as the priority. What's going on here? Why have we stopped with this? We seem to be out of coal. Okay, not a big issue. We will slowly be working on it, and obviously once we get our manufacturing up over here, we won't be using coal on the other side at all. So plan is to hopefully get rid of all of that. Okay, so from here, we've got our steel connected. We'll now connect our iron up, and I'm just going to use it off of this point here for now. I don't see the point of going all the way to the other side. In fact, you know what? I do have a lot of iron here though. We'll go 2 high and we'll run it straight down this gap here. We'll run it straight across there, so we got the plenty of room. And you know what? We can just run across the top of this for now. So yeah, that's going to want to connect up not very nicely. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's stick with that. Okay, that has all been set up. Should just wait until they've bring all of the parts over here, which I think they've done for here. So I'm just going to quick build all of that. The next thing we need is obviously concrete. Now, we're not manufacturing concrete over here just yet. It is definitely a plan to do. I mean, we do have everything over here. What do I need to make? I need to make hydrogen. Yeah, I won't worry about the concrete just yet. I just want these sort of set up ready to go, and then we'll make the concrete side of things over here. So that's all of our tier 1s. Now, we're also going to need maintenance. So I'm thinking of pinching off of this line as well to make that. So let's go ahead and set those up. They can be right next to here. It's not going to be an issue. And I'm going to make probably 6 of these. I think it's probably going to be best. And this is going to be our mechanical parts, which we're going to use the same process, steel first and then iron. And I'll go ahead and connect all of these up like so. And then connect all these up from here. Beautiful. And then we'll copy all that and paste it into there. So the way I'm going to be setting this up so things can actually be available to trucks, because the plan is to move over here, so I'm going to place storages on the end of here. So what I'll do is I'll just place my next concrete square down. And if I can just do something like that. There we go. And plans to place our storages along here. So there's one for our mechanical parts. There's one for our tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 parts. That should be all of those. Yeah, using probably a tier 3 belt, we should be able to get these out quick enough. Yeah, they're only producing 24 at the moment, so shouldn't be an issue. And then for here, I'm just going to go straight above all of those. I'll just build that to there for now, just to make sure that I can connect up to all of these, which I can. Uh, 24 times 10 is 240, so we're probably going to need a second belt for the next slot. So means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will stick to that there. I'll just quick build that one just to see if that changes back to a normal belt. It does. Then I'm just going to do the same thing here, and then we're going to go up the next tier higher. So we'll do the same thing. We'll just connect all of these up here. Beautiful. And we'll go ahead and run this down here. How are we going to do this? Probably something like that. And that way we have access to the bottom if we need to create a second line for this. And then the next one will be the next height. So I'll just run it to probably there, and then I'll go up another lot and run the same thing straight across all of this. This one's going to go to there. Right, so then we'll grab our flat lifts here, connect them up, so that one's connected, and the same thing here, connect that one up as well. So it's probably going to lock off a lot of this area. This is supposed to be just for belts, but we can always add a ramp in later with the new heights that we've got, if it comes to that. I don't think we actually will, but things can change pretty quickly, as we would know with plenty of things. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a row of wire. Okay, so let's just change this up a little bit. Uh, yeah, let's go ahead and change all this up real quick. So we might use this. So this is our mechanical parts. This is going to be our wire or our electronics. And you know what? We might even set this as our electronics tier 2. And then we'll use these as our construction parts. So we'll go tier 1. We'll go our tier, where are we at? Tier 2. Place one more there, and this is going to be our tier 3. Then I'll place another one there, and this is going to be our tier 4. Might do something like that. I think would probably work out best. We're actually doing a pretty decent job. Oh, we got our tree harvesters sitting over here as well, harvesting this before they harvest this area. So that's pretty good. I didn't even need to change anything for that. Um, they're just, I think, automatically harvesting trees in here. So that's cool. So they'll go and actually do all these trees first. And we're building up a pretty solid supply of wood as well. Right, so our trucks are really busy over here. It's like they're constantly moving, trying to get things going. We've still got our loop of cement going around. I might even just change this up a little bit as well, just to help with what goes in first. So notice how these are fighting. It's not actually getting rid of the ones that are in here first, which is what we actually want. Let's have a look at these electrolyzers real quick as well. To make hydrogen, we need water. And we get oxygen, but it uses 4 times the power when we can use ammonia. And I do think our ammonia is probably pretty full. Yeah, so far it is. And our backup storage is so far empty. This isn't far off being full though, so I've got to keep an eye on that. And our sulfur is extremely full. So let's go ahead and request sulfur for here, because that's what this is waiting on. We've actually used all of our coal out of here. And I'm actually going to get that to be demolished. Should see trucks coming to pick that stuff up very shortly. Once they're not too busy. Yeah, it seems like there's just that much going on over here that they're actually struggling to keep up. Oh, this is not good. Trucks can export out of here. That should hopefully solve that problem. Trucks can actually export out of there too, so we don't need trucks exporting from here. So they're actually currently already doing it. Nice, okay. Should hopefully sort that problem out and hopefully build up our sulfur levels in here to hopefully get rid of everything that's there and also lower that number down. Good, our potatoes are filling up. So is our tree saplings though. So far over here we're running pretty smoothly as well. In fact, we've got a train over here to already do a pickup. And these guys, I'm going to say, are almost finished. They are. So let's just get them clearing that out for now. I'm probably going to use these trucks to these excavators here to probably just not worry about that too much. That expansion there, clear up the ground there. And where's that coal located? Just here. Okay. So we're going to need to sort out that stuff. So where's that coal located? Just there. So let's go from here. Let's get them starting to clear out some of this mountain here. We'll also get a bit of dirt to patch in this area here. So that shouldn't be a problem. We're actually doing a solid job expanding here as well, which is good. Um, okay, so our next part is our wire, our electronics tier 1. So let's go ahead and build that. So we need rubber for that. So that's got to be imported over here. So we're going to have to really upgrade our train station here. Big time. Hmm. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I didn't think we were gonna. I forgot that if we move manufacturing over here, everything we need is pretty much over there. So for over here, it makes it a lot harder since we don't have oil over here. Actually, we do. We do have oil over here. I think it's right about here. So what we could do is build a couple of oil extractors here and just run a really basic setup. Um, one to use it, and two to have a bit of fuel. Using the fuel and the naphthalene, and possibly burn some other stuff out of it. We've got our fuel gas and a couple other things. Might look at that in the future. But for now, I just need to try and build up our coal levels since it is pretty much empty. So we're going to have rock, dirt, and we're going to have coal. Coal for this one and coal for this one. I do have two for dirt, two for rock. So what do we got? We got three for rock here. Let's go clear that one and set that for coal. We'll set this one for coal here as well. I just need these lines to clear up a little bit. So that second line. Oh, this stack of towers done, and it can't actually place another. Can't build another area. Um. Okay, so we really need to probably look at building another area just here. So what I'm going to do is just come over here. Okay, so we can see that it is in line with that number there, with that bottom row. So we can go ahead. Collision with stacker tower. Oh, okay, so we need to come back a little bit further. Oh, it'd be this other tower here, I think. So let's go ahead and just get rid of all of those. Probably not going to let me want me to do that. I don't know if I've just lost all of that rock though. I hope not, because that's not very nice. Um, okay, so let's see where we were. We were on this line here. Okay, so that line there. But until we get rid of this one, it's not going to want to do that for me. Okay, so I might just go over one more. I might just go two. No. Yeah, so I'm going to have to put it there. That's fine. We can put that there. That's not not an issue at all. I will say 31 segments. That should be enough. And then all of this rock that we're going to be having coming down here. Right. So let's go ahead and connect these up. I'm thinking probably something like that there. I'm just going to pause that line for now and flip this line around. And let's set it to -1 offset. Yep, perfect. So I'll get that line to clear out of there. I'll break that down. That one pause that side. And then from here, I'll run the same thing. We got something like that. There we go. Beautiful. Connect that up and I'll pause this side for now and turn all this around. That's going to fulfill from the top, which I don't want. Rotate that around. There we go. That's going to do the same thing. Okay. So let's cut this one off from here. And we'll cut this one off from here. Okay, and we'll go ahead and unpause that one. Go ahead and just demolish all of that. And we can do the same thing for that. And the same thing for all of that there. Okay, let's just quick demolish all of that. What's going on here? We're still working. This thing's going to be fairly full. Oh, it's actually got coal. Oh, snap. Okay, this is not good. Okay, so I forgot to disconnect my coal line here. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and do that for there. And then disconnect this one from wherever that connects to. Oh man, I didn't realize I was going to hit coal sort of that quick. To be honest, where have we hit it? Oh wow, we're actually taking a good chunk out of here. Oh, it's just here. Yeah, it's a very minimal coal that we've actually sort of lost there. Not a very big issue at all. It's probably a little bit on these lines, but there won't be too much at all. Okay, so that's the top line. Right, so this is where I'm going to connect these up. Like so. I think that will help clear out this storage, I believe, because that seems like it's the most full. I'll just get these to be demolished real quick. And grab a second one. and chuck that in. So instead of actually running this system here, we'll just run our second line across it, like so. Beautiful. And we'll do the same thing with this one. Beautiful. Okay, so they're both done. That should hopefully, we'll just build over the top of that island. I'm not too worried about it. So we'll just build over the top of that for now. Okay, so hopefully that helps start getting rid of some rock. And I almost want to place a bigger one over here because these are not keeping up one bit. Okay, so for our coal, I think this is coal here. I'm going to actually connect it up. So I'm going to use the one belt to do this. And I'm going to go back to front. Go something like that. Might even just come over a little bit more. And then we'll head straight down here. I wonder, can I get through there? I absolutely can. Marvelous. Okay. So, can we start going down a little bit? We can. And I'll just chuck that one into there. And we'll rotate this one around. Connect that up into there and then connect this one up as well. That should give us some coal for over there now. Both sides anyway. This one's actually got a fair bit of coal in it. We're actually collecting a bit of dirt from that too, which is good because it means we're actually slowly building this up here. So I'm going to actually keep expanding along here. It should be probably as far as we do go. And I'm just going to quickly demolish all of that. Okay, so for our wire, let's start getting that built. Even though we don't have silicon over here, not silicon, rubber. Even though we don't have rubber over here, we'll just start making it anyway. We'll leave a gap of 3, I think. And we're probably going to be going through quite a bit of it, I'm thinking. So we will just get our, where is it? There it is. And we'll get those all copied. Yeah, that should be enough room there for it. We could have even come back one more if we wanted to. But that's all right, I'm not too stressed about that. For our copper, which is way over here, we only seem to be getting further and further away. We'll probably go the 5 high. We might even go the, so that's a 1 gap, so we're going to have to go 4 high. No, that is only a 2 high, so we can go back to the 3 high. How's that? That looks pretty good. I'm trying to use the same routes that I possibly can. Um, that way we're not taking up a ridiculous amount of space. Instead, with this, so I need to be in line with that there. So let's go ahead and just do that. I'll leave it at the 3 high. Probably because I'll run the rubber underneath this. So this can go to the first slot. I think that's that one there. No, we have to go up 1 higher. Okay, so our flat, rotate it around and start connecting all of these up. Wonderful. So plan is to hopefully get rid of the whole boosting of things and saving our unity for times that we actually need it. So that's the whole reason why I'm building so many, and this will help out, especially when we get further towards the end of the game, where we sort of are going to start running out of stuff. So building a system like this is really going to help out with that. Okay, so probably run that. Probably something like that. Now what do we do? 24, so we're going to have probably a same thing going on here. So it is this one here that I've actually gone one up on. There we go. Because yeah, if we have a look at our recipes here and go to electronics, let's see, production. See, the assembly 5 makes 96 per minute. So even with 5 of them, we're sort of cutting it big time when we start making tier 5s. Tier 3s are not an issue. We should be fine with that. With the 2, but yeah, definitely moving forwards, we're probably going to have maybe a bit of an issue. So for these here, for this second row here, run this as far as we can. Probably to there. And that way we should still be able to go over the top. Yeah, no, it's... we can... Oh, no, probably not that. So let's go back 1 further there. There we go. Now it's flat. And we'll grab these here and run these all the way to here. We'll do the same thing as we did before. We'll do the same thing as we did before. I'll grab our flat lifts. Cool. Perfect. And might even just get that main line built. It's probably going to take a little bit of unity just to get it all built. Oh, I've just boosted all those Oh man, I don't want to do that. Now let's just respawn that truck. But yeah, that is our wire so far, and hopefully our coal levels start going up here, which it doesn't appear like they are, especially not when we're going back to using it all. This line is actually going to have to be upgraded. Yeah, this line's going to have to be upgraded to keep up with demand of each of these 8. So we'll take 15 each. So yeah, we should be right with the tier 2 belts here, but with the tier 1s, with it coming out and doing the split, that's probably where we're going to need that tier 2, a tier 3 U-shaped conveyor there. But okay, so far it looks like we're running pretty smooth here. Still getting a little bit of coal coming in. Not much, but it's better than nothing. And I might just set up this rubber line and might even set it up as possibly a import here. We'll just use a small storage. And then we'll set up one truck from the default island, and we'll set up a import route. Now this one is not going to cut it. We're definitely going to have to add a few more trucks, but just to get things going for now anyway, that's going to be the plan. And this is going to be huge with how much space we've got here, and we've got the room to expand even further. So once we expand out this way, I'm going to leave an area. So I'm going to get probably this track here. I'm thinking we're probably going to bring that down to ground, and we'll split off here, and then we'll cut across here and have our 2 different sides for all of our things that are being made and what to be imported and what to be exported. So we'll probably set up this other side, this side here as exports and this side as imports, and we can run everything along the back here, and going into our center here, but that is going to be for the future. But yeah, okay. And next thing we're probably going to need is our next tier of construction parts. So, well, should I build it above there? It's probably going to be a bit risky, but we'll give it a go anyway. Get rid of both of those. And I'm just going to... no, we're not going to do it there. That is a really dumb idea to do that. So let's probably not. Let's probably build it so I'm thinking that the next row for these, our maintenance is going down. I just had a look at that, and it is actually taking a bit of a dip here. Oh, that's because we not really using much. But yeah, it's built back up. I had a bit of a stress moment there because I remember from last time that it didn't really like it. It's What's going on here? No steel. No steel because we have no coal. Oh, we have coal. Our slag is full. And that's because this thing has actually stopped building here. So we're going to set this to 30. We'll let that keep going. I'll just get this quick built once it's placed it down. There we go. We've got a lot of slag in there. But our slag levels have built up, which is a good sign. Very happy for that. What's chances? Oh, I really want to get rid of that there in that pole, but I'm not going to be able to. So I won't stress about that. T3, no steel. There we go. Steel's back up and running. Okay. Well, we might leave this episode here. And in our next episode, we'll continue with our manufacturing. Um, Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are enjoying the content, please consider leaving a like as well as hitting that subscribe button. That way my videos go out to new people who enjoy watching this sort of content. But with all that out of the way, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.